now that we are underneath the car and getting ready to add our shifter, chassis mount shifter, this is the part that we are going to be removing. There is a clip which is called the bitch clip. Let's see if I can show you from this angle. It's right located right here, but you have to stick a screwdriver up right here, then down inside on the opposite side of this fork end, and you gotta pry it out and then up. And once that pops up, you can pull the rest of this out to remove the top fork that is connected to your shifter, the top portion. I want to go around the drive shaft to show you. That's to get this top portion that is your shifter is actually attached to. Now the selector rod will be remaining, and to release that, we are going to get a screwdriver and pull this little end piece pin off. And once we do that, once we pop this clip off that I'm rotating, we will be able to pull this gear selector rod over and lay it out of the way, and then we'll work on getting the shifter rod assembly out and removing that bitch clip. Now that I removed the clip, be careful, there's a small washer on one side, and then once you remove the selector rod, there's another one. So you will have the clip, and all I did was maneuver it to where this part was pointing up towards the car. I stuck the screwdriver up in it like that and just tapped it with my other hand, and it popped right out. And this is what it looks now. Right there. Now that shifter is up free, this will, once you pull the clip off, there's that washer, and then you pop this out, and then there's another washer on this side. So now that we have that out, we pulled it to the side. Sorry, it's a tight area with the drive shaft and guibo and all that attached. Now we're going to go up. Let's see if I can get y'all up here. The right angle. Now we're going to go on top of this right here. If you look closely, it's a square. Let's see if I can get you closer. Alright, yeah, that's a lot better. Alright. We gotta go up inside on the other side of this. Up on my fingers up in. You can feel a little lip. I want to stick my screwdriver up in there, pull it out, and then up at the same time. And this whole assembly right here, that's attached. You can see it a little bit right there, how it's a square right here. This whole assembly is going to fold up and then out. And then we can pull the shifter rod out. And then I'll just show you. Once I took the screwdriver and after I popped it up this way, I stuck the tip of my pick in coming from this way into the top and pried it up a little bit. And then I took my screwdriver in this way behind it and shoved it this way, and then I cutty-cornered it and diagonal and pushed it that way to press this little piece right here out. There's a little nipple on it. Once that nipple came out, it popped up, And now since it's popped up, there's no room in here to get this out. But now that it's up and out, that's the nipple I was talking about. So once you have it coming up a little bit, you have to pry this part out towards the passenger side of the car. But we got it out. Set that aside. And now we can move this way. And then come to the back. Now we got our selector rod pushed to the side and the bitch pin out of this side. Now we're going to grab this and we're going to pull it out of the bushing right here. Kind of pull it down and out like that. And now I should be able to, yep, pull it all the way out like that. And now your shifter assembly is out, and you got this old hole. You pull the rubber out, and now you have your hole to the inside of the vehicle, which I have some spare drift tires in there. Now we're going to go to the inside of the car and grab the shifter assembly and get the top ready, and then come down here with the bottom of the sandwich plate and sandwich it together, and then connect our shifter selector rod. Essentially, we're replacing this with this, so this is adjustable. I already tightened this part down, this all the way up, and this part down, so it's a little bit of the shortest throw, I believe. I might play with it, make it longer or shorter, and figure out where exactly I want it. And then once you take these 4 bolts out, this basically sandwiches in between that hole that this came from, sandwiches to and mounts to the chassis. Now inside the car, we have the hull, and you see the selector rod right there. But put the chassis ring in, see if it will fit with this. I might have to, I'm gonna have to remove my hydro brace so I can put this in first. Now that we got it put in, we had to take the sticky hydro bracket off and pull it up about that much, slip the actual shifter into the hole, and then sandwich the shifter in between the sticky hydro bracket and the trans tunnel. And then we went down and took the sandwich plate and put it up underneath and sandwiched it in with the bolts. And then I took the adjustment rod out, and we had to open up the hole a little bit right here, so the gear selector rod would slide through it, because it was about not even an eighth of an inch too tight. But now that we clearanced it, now I'm going to put it back on with the 2 yellow washers and the retaining clip, and tighten the bolt down, figure the adjustment out, and then we're going to that will complete our chassis mount shifter install. Get the selector rod in and put the locking pin, the locking clip at the end of it right there. And now we are officially chassis mounted. Alright, now that we got this selector rod in, it's nice and short and notchy. still. Throw it in reverse and not pinch my hand.